Yes, I run a crisis management and prevention and business development company. And when I tell people that, usually their first response is either, so what kind of crises are you talking about? Or they start telling me how much they love Olivia Pope's wardrobe and how much they like the last episode of Scandal. And it's happened twice tonight, you know who you are. And that's what people know. When people learn about crisis management from TV or movies, they've seen Spin Doctors, they watch The West Wing, and that's what they think it is. And if that's your impression, I'm going to let you know right now that you're only seeing one little part of crisis management. What you're really seeing is PR. You're seeing someone who's dealing with the immediate effects of a scandal. And that's this little sliver. That's why I say I'm not a PR specialist, I'm not just a fixer, I'm a crisis manager. That means that I look for the root cause of a crisis. Because this didn't just come out of nowhere, you missed something. That's why I love what you were just saying. You know exactly what I'm talking about. There are only really two kinds of crises, okay? There's what we call a slow crisis or a fast crisis. We actually call them frogs and Godzillas, okay? Godzilla just happens. Godzilla came out of nowhere to you, but we all know that Godzilla really got caused by that nuclear bomb that caused the mutations and woke him from the dead, and that's where Godzilla came from. But Godzilla just sucker punched you, and you've got to deal with Godzilla. That is a fast crisis. There's a reason it happened, but when the crisis happens, you can't see that reason. You can't figure out why that crisis happened until it's already over. And then there are the frogs. Now, in Hawaii, which is where I was born, there's currently a frog epidemic. Property values are dropping like crazy in certain areas because a few people bought these awesome exotic frogs as pets and then couldn't take care of them and release them. And the frogs started breeding. And it wasn't so bad when there were a couple of them. But now there are thousands and thousands of them in luxury neighborhoods, and they never shut up. And they're loud, and they're breeding, and they're infesting the walls and entire areas. They had to close out Schofield Barracks in Honolulu at Pearl Harbor because there were too many frogs there. Now, the frogs would have been easy to deal with when there were just one or two of them. But they've grown, and they can't get rid of them. And all businesses have to be prepared for both kinds of crises. You have to be ready for the frogs, and for the Godzillas. And everyone has frogs. The frogs are, I really need to call and get that insurance, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I've got all this other stuff I've got to do. I just don't have time. Until suddenly, the Godzilla hits you, and you can't handle all those frogs you've been holding at bay, and then you're dealing with the Godzilla and all the frogs at the same time. That's how crises happen. We tell folks there are only two kinds of organizations. Those that have experienced a crisis, and those that haven't been around very long. It's going to happen. They're going to come and they're going to hit you. And you probably deal with them all the time, you just don't realize that you're dealing with them. We deal with everything from the CEO is sleeping with the secretary and embezzling money, to there's this other restaurant, and I know it's them, but they're bashing us on Yelp. They're making fake accounts and they are attacking our business to tank our ratings. To, oh holy crap, this is my favorite, it was last year. We just found out that we have to travel a trade show to India or we will lose our government grant, and the trade show is in 6 weeks. Our product isn't done, and by the way, our CEO just had to leave on health leave, and our new CEO doesn't get here for those 6 weeks. Help! So we came in and we managed the trade show, we helped them finish developing the product, and we got everything flowing, and then we left when it was done. We got everything